I think, well, Lando Norris last season, how did he do? He did very well. I'm gonna tell you that, Ben.
Yeah.
With good number of podiums. I think um seven. I think
Hmm. Yeah, but as you say,
um
it's a
yeah.
Red Bull and Ferrari dominated field.
Oh, eight.
Eight.
Yeah, eight podiums. Um, yeah. So I think that's very important to consider. And as much as I'm an Alex Albon fan as well, I think that his talents just aren't getting recognized in Formula One at the moment. I
Right.
think his time at Red Bull has sort of scarred and damaged his image, and his career at Williams is definitely allowing him to shine and sort of heal those scars. At the same time, the teams aren't. I'm not saying that it affects his situation now, but I feel that the teams just aren't considering him, which is sad because I think he deserves to go. But I think Mercedes are just too fixed on what they're doing now to manage losing Lewis Hamilton. I
And you
don't
don't
think their
think that he's going to
priority
be able,
is, yeah.
you don't think that Alex is going to be able to like prove himself by the end of the season
Oh,
as a front runner, or like as someone who could be a front runner?
it's difficult to say because I think with the current state of Williams, I don't think Alex Albon will be doing as great as he did in previous years.
Mm.
I think his best year so far has probably been last year with the number of points he hauled in. And I think unless Williams can do something to help Alex Albon, his chances of making it bold himself bold to for a candidate for Mercedes isn't very high.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I take the point. I would probably have said, I think just six podiums from Norris seems a bit much in this dominant like in this field of Formula One cars at the moment. But I think both are valid. Right. Next one. Putting the two Australian drivers head to head. Oscar Piastri gets no podiums this year, zero. Or Daniel Ricciardo gets no points this year. Which is more likely?
Well, I think it's more likely that Daniel Ricciardo will have 0 points at the end of the
Wow.
season.
Okay, tell me. Tell me why.
I think, I mean, I'm not sure. Well, I think Oscar Piastri is definitely a major talent in
Mm.
F1. And I think if McLaren treat him equally to Lando Norris, I think as they have been, and if they continue to do it for the rest of the year, along with their upgrades and along with Oscar improving as a driver, a podium will definitely come.
Right.
A podium will definitely come to Oscar, and I think we did speak about this in the last episode, and with Daniel Ricciardo. I think his time has come, and unfortunately, it's not looking strong for him at the moment. With a point, Yuki Tsunoda is definitely carrying the Racing Bulls team constructor,
Yeah.
and I think it's just something that you just got to say without. It doesn't really need that much explanation. I think you can just sense it. What do you think, Ben?
Uh, I 0 points is 0 points is a small number, certainly. Um, but listen, it's a hotly contested field, and podiums are not something that are just gonna that's just gonna fall into your lap this year. You've got to. I think you're gonna have to really work for one. Um, but at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like it's more likely for a lucky circumstance to mean that Daniel Ricciardo ends up in the points than a lucky circumstance means Oscar ends up in the podium. So I think I'm going to say it's more likely that Oscar will have uh no podiums this year. But at the same time, I recognize the fact that Daniel Ricciardo is certainly past his prime. And that points will be hard to come by for him, but I think he'll snag at least one. So I would be shocked if he doesn't snag at least one. Okay, final one for this episode. Okay, Are you ready?
Yes.
Good to hear. Cool. Lewis Hamilton retires at the end of the 2025 Formula One season, or Carlos Sainz wins the Formula One World Championship in 2025 with Red Bull.
Wow. Okay. I think. Ooh, that's a hard one. I think. Oh, uh, I think Carlos Sainz will win the
Wow.
championship with
Okay.
Red Bull
Okay.
because I think I think Lewis Hamilton will never give up
Yeah.
until he gets his eighth.
Yeah. I
I
think.
think
Well, okay. Well, okay. Fine. Different question then. If he wins the championship next year, will he retire?
who Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. Nico Rosberg style.
That's that's a difficult question. That makes it even more interesting. I think I'm gonna go with yes. I think he will be
Oh,
more likely to retire
yeah.
if he wins the championship. It's not like the situation where if you win, you are hungry for more. We've
No.
seen it with Max Verstappen winning his first championship. You'd think he'd be hungry for more, which he was at first, but he said in a statement that he would be ready to retire in recent years,
Yeah.
in soon to come years,
Oh,
which is
it's pretty shocking.
unexpected from any
Yeah.
driver. Yeah, it's unexpected from any driver, especially with the likes of Lewis Hamilton, who is like built to win, who is a naturally born champion. But I think everyone has a time to come, and I think after winning his eighth, Lewis Hamilton will retire, whether it's with Ferrari or whether it's with another team.
Well, you heard it here first, huh? Lewis Hamilton retires next season after winning the World Championship. Shocking. Who knows what's going to happen next year? But what we do know is that the Chinese Grand Prix is happening next weekend, or this weekend, in fact. And we will be watching it, and we will be bringing you the Chinese Grand Prix review episode on Monday next week. This is a bit of a delayed one, unfortunately, but we are here providing you with the goodness of the F1 Isn't Real podcast. Thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure to broadcast our opinions to you once again, and have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you very much, Amesh.
Thank you.